Even though we've only played 11 games in League One, we're currently sat 8th place in the table in a kinda playoff chase. I'm not really sure how we've done this. So yeah, this is the table on the 27th of October. 8th place, Dover Athletic, with 2 games in hand. So technically, if we win both those games in hand, we could be second. I'm not really sure what we've done to be able to do this. We have done some transfer business between episodes, and we've obviously won a few games. Let's talk about transfers first. 5 additional players have joined at the club. Morgan Beardmore is the first one, a 20-year-old former West Brom and Manchester City player. Did he go on loan? Nope. West Brom bought him for £190,000. We then brought him on a free transfer after he got released. Joined on a free transfer. Versatile, I think, is the best way to describe him, although he's certainly not a striker with his 4 finishing and definitely can't play on the wings with his 1 crossing. He's probably a centre-back. Another youngster who is probably a centre-back is Ben Roberts, 19 years of age, formerly of Reading. Again, joined on a free transfer. He's going to sit in the under-18s, even though he's not going to be able to get any games, but he can get games even though he's overrated. It's weird. He's 19 years old, but he'll be playing for the under-18s. Joining on a loan deal from our feeder club, Blackburn Rovers, is Carwin Fern, and I'm not really sure why I brought him in, because he plays as a left midfielder, which is a position we don't play. He doesn't play as a winger. I'm currently training him up to be a striker, because why not? I think, of all positions, that might be the one that might fit him best. And now 2 players who are likely to be playing quite a lot of football for us this season. Hayden Muller, formerly of Millwall and apparently St Johnstone. I think that might have been a loan deal he spent up in Scotland. Free transfer, 24 years of age. Lots of 11s, 12s, 13s in his attributes there. So I'm thinking Hayden Muller, he's going to be a very useful player for us. He's a fullback, he's a centre-back. I'm probably going to lean towards centre-back more than full-back, but he does give us a little bit of a backup option on the right-hand side. And somebody who you are probably not going to see in today's episode is Omar Bogle, the 33-year-old striker, formerly of Salford at Doncaster, Charlton, ADO Den Haag, apparently spent a loan deal there, Cardiff, Portsmouth, Birmingham, Peterborough, Wigan, Grimsby, Solihull Moors, Hinckley United, Celtic and Birmingham. He's been around. He's joined on a free transfer, and as you can see already, he's played 6 games for us, scoring 3 goals as well. Mr. Bogle is the striker that I feel like we needed to sign. And since the last episode, we've only lost 1 league game. We drew with Wrexham, not the best start. We beat Crystal Palace under 23s 3-1 in the Papa John's Trophy. Nobody cares. We lost against Wickham. And then 2-1 against Rotherham, 2-1 against Blackpool, 2-1 against Doncaster, 2-1 against Cardiff, 2-0 against Barnsley. We're winning games. We are winning games. How are we doing in the Papa John's? I've not really paid attention. I mean, we're third. We are joint second place. If we go up, we go up. Nobody cares about it. The starting lineup for the Plymouth game away from home, it's going to be Cox in goal, Elise Muller, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence. We've basically changed our entire defence, haven't we? Pretty much over the last season or so. Jack Earing and Jake Forster-Caskey will be the central midfielders today because Paul Sell, not particularly match fit, but he is kind of match fit. We're not going to play him unless we really need to. It's going to be Mark Murray, and Brad Young on the wings. Joey Dawson and Kean Pennant will be our strikers. Dawson will be making his debut as a striker. Pennant has 4 goals so far this season. Jaden Williams has dropped to the bench also with 4 goals. Jordi Hawula also on the bench. And yeah, as we mentioned a minute ago, Omar Bogle will be missing out because of a gashed upper leg. He also might miss the next match too. Something else that I've done in between episodes is I've gone round and tried to look at my staff. I've not fired anybody, don't worry about that, but I've actually asked the board for an additional physio. I think I'm able to get a new physio and an additional coach because I haven't bothered asking since the Vanarama South. So yeah, we've moved up a few leagues since then. So yeah, they've actually agreed to that, which is good to see. At least they with a good tackle on Jones. It's going to be Brad Young with the ball. Back to Will Kokolo. Forward, Forster-Caskey. This is the first highlight of the game, isn't it? O'Connor forward for Plymouth. McGuinness heads across. Elise's not going to get there. And Jones is going to go for a run off towards the left-hand side on the ground. Finds Brown in the penalty area. That's a superb tackle, but apparently that's a penalty. So 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, and Cox has to save a penalty early on. Harris is the man to step up. Cox goes the right way, but can't get on the end of it. It is 1-0 to Plymouth, and that's unfair. That is definitely unfair, because I don't think that was a foul from Muller. Well, a minute or 2 after the penalty, and another highlight begins. Don't go Plymouth's way. I think Plymouth are one of the better teams in the league. I didn't really pay attention to where they were. I think they might have even been second. Earring's ball over the top. Joey Dawson's controlled this well. Goes for goal, puts it in the bottom corner. Joey Dawson according to my face pack, is a white man with ginger hair. According to the game, isn't. I've just had to Google just in case my face pack was wrong. No, Joey Dawson is definitely a white guy with ginger hair, not a black guy. But anyway, we've got Joey Dawson to Elise. He crosses the ball in. It's gone over everybody. And now Plymouth just smashing the ball upfield. We are not even 10 minutes in, and it is 1-1. Dawson, by the way, just like to point out, this is his debut, and he scored after 3 minutes. Jake Forster-Caskey, backwards to Jack Earing. Forward again to Forster-Caskey, now Young. Left-hand side is Kokolo, does use him. Got a bit of space, doesn't have the pace. Kean Pennant's in on goal. It's a good save from Zich, maybe. It's going to be a corner. I haven't changed my set pieces for a few seasons now, so they might not be set up particularly right. Earring's corner comes in, Forster-Caskey's there, isn't going to get on the end of it. Plymouth have cleared the ball, and Brown has picked up the ball as well. Is this going to carry on? Down the right-hand side, Will Kokolo, very good slide tackle there from the Frenchman, conceding a throw. There's a lot happening. There is a lot happening in this game at the moment. Kean Pennant's got the ball for us off towards the left. Forward, or backward, sorry, or across, mate. Maybe that was an across to Brad Young. Pennant's going to somehow get there first. I'm not even sure how he managed to do it. Murray's at the back post, heads across goal. I think the keeper saved it. Maybe it hit the bar, not quite sure. If it wasn't for that penalty, we would be dominating this game. But that one penalty meant they've had one shot on target and scored it. Cross comes in from the corner. They've had 2 and scored 2. And we just having one of those games where our goalkeeper is just going to play really badly. He's on a 6.6 at the moment. Kokolo's on a 6.5. Hayden Muller, 6.6. Forster-Caskey and Young both on 6.4s. Although Forster-Caskey immediately jumps up to a 6.6, then down to a 6.5 again. Nope, down to a 6.4 again. What a weird way of match ratings. We've been unlucky. We haven't been unlucky. What was that? Get your act together, guys. And then we're going to pick on the 6.4 team. And the 6.5, I guess. We'll pick on you as well. I guess even Kokolo, sure, you can have a little bit of a tap. Mark Murray as well. You've not been good enough. It demotivated Murray. Well, no changes at the moment, but we've gone into the second half. Brad Young. Brad Young, I signed as a left winger. And he keeps getting games as a left winger. And he's rubbish. He's rubbish as a left winger. If we look at his form, he's just bad. He hasn't had a good game since he played as a striker. Let's play him as a striker, shall we? I mean, not now. We're going to do Jordi Hawula coming on the left-hand side for Brad Young. We're also going to do maybe Mark Murray for Paul Searle. We did this before. Searle didn't start a game previous in the last episode. Came on and scored twice. So we're going to go for that. We've got still plenty of time to hopefully find ourselves an equaliser, maybe even a winner. In order for that to happen, we do need some highlights, though. 67, 68, 69 minutes played. We are going to do our final change, which is going to be Jake Forster-Caskey for Nathan Martin. And I think, yeah, we'll do it that way around. So Martin can be the box-to-box midfielder. 20 minutes. We just need a goal now. It's not done anything. This second half has been a waste of time. Was there a single highlight in the second half? I don't think there was. It's a 2-1 defeat against Plymouth. We had 17 shots, 9 of them on target. Scored 1. They had 6 shots, 3 on target, and they scored their first 2 shots on goal. Ah, Cox. It was definitely your fault, wasn't it? It was definitely your fault. You've conceded 12. Actually, technically, you've conceded 14 in 11 games. Maybe Obed Afari might be coming in. We are back on the day of the Lincoln City game, but before we get to that, we have done some transfer business, and by transfer business, we've actually got some staff as well. First of all, a returning player to the club, Frankie Terry, son of John, has returned to the club on a permanent deal as an emergency backup because basically we don't have a huge amount of left backs. Our backup left back is actually a backup right back, centre back, right winger. So Frankie Terry can come in and basically fulfil that role. There might be some potential as well. Apparently 3.5 star potential. We have now got ourselves some very, very good physios as well. Ian McKinley is a 20 physiotherapist. We also have what's her name? Rachel Davis, who is a 20 physiotherapist, to already join alongside our existing physio, who are you called? You're not a physio. You're a doctor. You're the one. Ben Thompson, who's got 18. Weirdly, our head physio is our worst physio for some reason. We've also brought back Nathan Ralph, this time as a scout, because he's not terrible as a scout, is he? He's got some decent or reasonable numbers, 11 judging player ability, 13 judging player potential. The starting lineup for the Lincoln City game then will be Obed Afari in goal. He has played 1 league game for us. We let in 1 goal. I can't even remember who he played against, but he did a reasonable job. It's going to be Muller, Pambu, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence. We're trying Muller as a right back today. Paul Searle returns to the starting 11 alongside Jake Forster-Caskey with Murray, Hawula, Williams and Joey Dawson up front. Dawson obviously scored his first goal in the last match. Where did we play him, as a poacher or an advance? I can't remember. What way round was it? You were an advance forward, so we need to swap you two round. There we go. Now, even though this season has started off quite well, I don't think we're going to keep up this run. I mean, obviously we lost against Plymouth, but are Plymouth even good? Plymouth aren't even good. I thought Plymouth were much better than that. I feel like where we currently are in the table is probably where we are likely to end up. So I'm not really looking forward to a nice, long and exciting season. I've just seen Obedafari who looks like a tiny human. Have we got like a 5'9" goalkeeper? That can't be good. Gotts has the ball for, it's Lincoln, that's their name. It's going backwards. Ibsen Rossi loses out. Geordie Hawula's managed to steal it on the left. Backwards to Kokolo, lumps it forward, finds Joey Dawson, takes a couple of touches, tucks it past the goalkeeper, and Joey Dawson has made it 0-0. He was offside. You know what? Dawson does seem to like to score some goals, doesn't he? He's played, well, I say he's played over 90 minutes for us, but obviously he scored a goal in the last match. He's already kind of scored a goal in this one as well, even though he was offside. Ngenda in goal. Is that Stephen Ngenda? Simon Roger Ngenda. Who? Why do I know you? Who's Stephen Ngenda? Am I making up names here? It's Williams with the ball. Davenport to Racic. Long ball towards the left-hand side. Cooney's controlled it. Lavelle loses out, and Murray now for us. Back to Paul Searle. Forward to Dawson. Now Muller, the right back, lumps it upfield towards Jaden Williams. Chests it down, takes a few touches, and Williams puts his effort wide of the post. It remains 0-0, but that should have been a goal. Forster Kasky with a free kick for us. Everyone ran away from it. Every single one of our players ran away for it. And now Lavelle has kept the ball in for Lincoln. Davenport to Cooney. Lavelle once again on the left-hand side, all the way back to Zach Williams, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Simon Roger Ngenda. I'm going to need to try and find out who you actually are. Ibsen Rossi to Gotts on the right-hand side. Geordie Hawula, lovely tackle, but doesn't manage to keep hold of the ball. Ibsen Rossi again across to Racic. Forward to Davenport. What are Lincoln doing? They're passing it around in their own, like, the final third. I say final. The first third is what they're passing it around in. Williams has eventually tried to get the ball forward. Muller finds Murray, though, for us on the right-hand side. 3 in the box. He's been flattened. It's apparently a penalty. Okay, I'm not going to complain. It's Geordie Hawula who should be taking the penalties because he's got 13. So then, the former Man City man, what are you going to do? Number 10. The Angolan doesn't have any international caps for some reason. I feel like he probably should have done. Hawula, right-footed against Ngenda, into the bottom corner. It is 1-0 at home against Lincoln City. 20 minutes played. Third goal of the season for Geordie. That goal is enough to move us back up to 8th place in the table. We still have 2 games in hand, and if we win both of those games, we'll be 1 point off the top of the table. That's a bit nuts, isn't it? Hayden Muller lumps it forward, doesn't find one of our players, and it's all the way back to the Lincoln keeper, who's just smashed it down the other end of the pitch. McGuinness controls. Leon Pambu on the right-hand side. Is he going to go for a run? He's gone, just a big kick upfield for Muller. Finds Mark Murray, number 7. Plays it across. Paul Searle, who, by the way, is out of contract at the end of the season at Nottingham Forest, so we might be able to nick him back on a free. Hawula's in on goal. Geordie Hawula tucks it away, but it is not going to count because he was offside as well. Are Lincoln playing the offside trap? Because if they're not, we are just being absolutely, like, idiots. But if they are playing it to brilliant degree. I'm pleased with the number of shots we've had. We're doing well. Joey Dawson, on the other hand, is on a 6-6. I feel like I want to see a goal from Dawson early on in this match. Hawula tries to cross it. Searle heads down to Forster Kasky. Will Kokolo on the left. 1 minute, 2 minutes into the second half. Crosses it in. Mark Murray's there. Headed effort from the winger over on Ngenda's bar. Remains 1-0, but we are going to see the goal kick. Fair enough. Ngenda then, right-footed. Kicks it off towards one side, but Dawson's got it for us. Geordie Hawula's going to run into the space. Long-range chance and tucks it underneath the goalkeeper. It's a great finish from Geordie Hawula. His 4th goal of the season. It's 2-0. I think we're going to do a change. Paul Searle is going to come off for Jack Earing. Just because Paul Searle is booked and he is our worst performer. I mean, Leon Pambu also is on a 6.7. We're only going to do the one change for the moment because we're still barely 10 minutes into the second half. 65th minute and we're coming forward again. Hawula on a hat-trick. It's taken it out a little bit too far wide. Plays it all the way back to Will Kokolo. I want a hat-trick from Geordie Hawula. That's what I want to see now. Kokolo on the left. Can he get the cross in? There's 4 in the box. Forster Kasky. Better opportunity to cross. Mark Murray with a headed effort. Goes over the bar again. We really should be 4 or 5-0 up. We've had plenty of really good chances. Almost into the final 15 minutes. Kokolo is going to collect it. I've realised we played Obedafari and I don't think he's even had to touch the ball. Williams' ball forward finds Mark Murray on the right-hand side. Needs some support. He really needed somebody to run next to him. Ideally, Joey Dawson. Dawson wasn't paying enough attention. We get a corner instead. Who's taking it? Forster-Caskey it is. Jake Forster-Caskey left-footed towards Jaden Williams. Hawula's going to pick the ball up. Just turn and shoot. Turn and shoot like a FIFA game. Forster-Caskey gets that. That's a great ball. He was offside, but that is a wonderful pass. Right, we're going to do both our changes now. We're going to do Joey Dawson for Brad Young. We are also going to look at doing fitness-wise. Mark Murray, I think, is probably the man. Tim Hayes can come on as a right winger today. Into the final 10. Are we going to make it 3? Is Geordie Hawula going to get himself a hat-trick? I'm sure he wants one. He's gone into the penalty area. It's a questionable save from the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner that Forster-Caskey is going to go over to take. Left-footed corner from the old man of the team. Towards probably another old man of the team, actually, in Geordie Hawula, who I think is technically older than Forster-Caskey. Hawula has it on the left-hand side. 3 in the box. Not going to try and manage to cross it. Kokolo does. It's over absolutely everybody. And it's going to be Hayden Muller to collect on the right. And the highlight is going to end there. And another one's going to begin. Still not quite into the final 5. Hawula to Kokolo. Crosses in. Tim Hayes is there. Tim Hayes' effort has found his way in. Tim Hayes has scored? Has he scored? Is it 3-0? I feel like it isn't. Why is my brain telling me this isn't going to count? I think it is going to count, but my brain is telling me it shouldn't be counting. Why? I mean, it was onside. I'm there thinking, was there a foul or something? It's 3-0. And straight after the goal, Lincoln are potentially having a highlight of their own, unless we can steal it. I still want this Hawula hat-trick. That's all I want from this match now. Through ball, Pambu, acrobatic clearance from Leon Pambu for some reason. Got to Taylor, to Williams, who seems to be playing as a midfielder now. Evans, forward, finds Laville in the middle. Pambu's there, it's gone over Obedafari and it's going to be 3-1. Can't keep a clean sheet, can we? Still not quite finished. We've got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left of injury time to play. Afari has the ball. Rolls out to McGuinness. Forster-Caskey. Will Kokolo. Forward. Geordie Hawula on the halfway line. Over the top towards Brad Young. Playing as a striker, remember. Takes a touch. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible from Brad Young. And the ball is cleared. Are Lincoln going to make it 3-2? Are we just going to throw this away completely? We've been the better side by a fair distance. Evans heads it. Afari with a good enough save. And it is going to hopefully end the highlight. Yes, it does. And that was the final highlight of the game as well. So we do win the match 3-1 in the end. 2 goals disallowed as well. A penalty from Geordie Hawula. 2 goals in open play as well. The weird Tim Hayes header. We should have won by way more, shouldn't we? We were the much better side. And with that victory then, our 7th victory of the season out of 13. We've won more games than we've drawn and lost. That's quite ridiculous, if you ask me. 8th place in the table, 2 points behind a playoff spot. What are we behind an automatic promotion spot? What was that, 5 points? We do have 2 games in hand as well, so if we win both of those, we'll move up into 2nd place in the table. I don't think we're going to do it, but if we did, that's quite insane. Before we finish this episode, I just want to take a quick look at Obedafari, who obviously played in goal for the Lincoln game. He's 5'10", which isn't that small. It's not massive, don't get me wrong. We've seen a lot bigger goalkeepers, but something has caught my eye, and that's 9 free kick taken. If you were with me in Football Manager 19, I think? Was it 19? It might have been 20, when I did my Rupel Boom save. No, it would have been 21, wouldn't it? Anyway, I did a Rupel Boom save, and I had a goalkeeper called Acosta who had reasonable free kicks. Obedafari might be one of my best free kick takers. He is my 4th best free kick taker. Joint with Jack Earing. Mark Murray, Bogle and Forster-Caskey are the only players higher than him in the list. I think we might have Obedafari taking free kicks if he's playing. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, I think we're going to go for maybe someone in December. AFC Wimbledon, Fleetwood. I think that's what we're going to go for. Or do we do the Wimbledons? We could do the Wimbledons. AFC Wimbledon, MK Dons. We'll have Fleetwood as well, but not on camera. MK Dons currently top of the table. AFC Wimbledon in 3rd. That's probably quite a tasty episode, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you're enjoying. Like buttons, comments. I'm brilliant at outro. I've been doing this for like 5 years and I still can't do outros. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.